Ay.
Hardest position. He's spraying through that smoke. Starts wrecking the first two.
Ne kadar adam düşürsek o kadar kar abi.
His weapon won't be picked up though. That's at least.
Var mı bir diggle'ın daha? Olsun enti. Aslan yok mu lan bir diggle şovun?
Aslan's been able to pull off some crazy shots.
Nice bu bir.
Does get one but he's very low on health.
Enti.
And that's not going to work out for him. Piff manages to catch him. 4 for 4 and GT.
Ama mantıklı olan CS gibi yapmaları. Fnatic İngiliz takımı ama İsveç bayrağı. Ne bayrağı? İsveç bayrağı kullanıyorlar. Abi Feyi, Erdal abi. Çok karışık ya bunların kadroları. 2 tane yok yani aynı milliyetten adam. Hepsi ayrı şeyden, ülkeden. Yayın donmuyor arkadaşlar. Ya onların yayın donuyor. Benim yayın donmuyor şu an. Sıkıntı yok. 4-4 oldu. Evet bizden. Durdum bunu mu söyledim?
Güzel aldı güzel. Ha, bize bir el daha yeter bize bak.
Güzel vuramadı. Güzel kaçırıyor bugün bayağı.
Peki Miswell mi Ferit?
Mixwell mi Cino mu diyorsun?
Yok Miswell oldu anladın?
Anladım Sami.
Sami'nin mizaj da var.
var.
Şimdi bak şimdi izle.
Ama işte Semih'in ona bakması lazım. Oğlum bu adamlar lan düşman ama.
Hayır başlıyor buradan.
They've already lost two of their players, one of which had the ult online, the other ult in play is for
Kero gördü sıkıntı yok. Nice, çok güzel oğlum.
There we go,
Açtı. Babacım, go ver oğlum. Biz oynayacağız. Cino da şeyi vurdu. David'i vurdu. Let's go. Helal.
Helal oğlum.
Hızlı Kero hızlı güzel oldu.
Ne oğlum böyle sürekli donuyor şu düzgün
Evet kanka.
They've grabbed the 5 rounds that you said they got last time on their attacking side, Mitch.
Ferit 1080'den 720'ye çekin istiyorsun.
Otomatik mi yapsam acaba?
Şey yapmadı. Donmamaya başladı.
Tamam 720 yaptım. Bu da bir tık kömür ama ya Sami.
Ama donmuyor.
Az önce de çok donmuyordu aslında. Arada bir stutter giriyordu. 1080 devam ya.
They've got everything to work with. Mixwell, very passive angle compared to what he usually plays at. But they're making up for it. A Cypher push straight down C long. The cam that spots out nobody's here. He's free to swing, and with that they know it's not C. They can start moving players towards the B and A side stacks. As David P is currently alone on A, that could be a big problem for them. They need to react to the information they've got.
A'ya hafiften sızalım. Şu an A'ya çok rahat gireriz. Evet de Sova dönecek. Sova dönecek. Short'a yürüyor lan. Hadi lan Cino. Cino aç skobunu. Cino aç skobunu. Hayır.
Açtı.
Gördü.
Tamam siktiler ki bunu burada.
Bir dakika Cino vurur ki. Cino vurur.
That's exactly what happens.
İğne
Makes
saplamadı.
it super easy for himself.
Tamam aldık böyle.
They're just gonna bundle into the A site once again. They've had a
Tamam,
lot of
arka
success
Cino
here.
da.
Çok iyi bu arada. Bu elde alırsa.
G2 just making the wrong reads on how this is going.
I mean, I understand.
Tamam ama T avantajı ya bura.
Hayır be abi TT avantajlı.
Bence bu adamlara karşı T avantaj söyleyeyim. Bu adamlar da T'yi iyi oynayacak. 4 kişi korudu abi. Gelmiyorlar bak, koruyorlar.
Instant flank B. So the main threat is A. Because if you lose your player there, well, then they just walk on and take it for free. It's a very difficult site to retake as well because it's just two jump point angles, one of which you have to jump out of if you go up to the 7. So you're not getting out of there easy. And then to send David P aggressive, it just furthers the risk for what seems like very little reward. Okay, yeah, if he sees it's clear, it's great, but if he dies, you lose the round more than one. Especially considering the state their economy was in, they didn't really have the credits to go in for that retake. So I don't get it. It was a little bit
Sage
wild.
bu arada ultisini açacak bizim.
4 saved weapons.
Bir kile veya bir orba
round.
ultisi geliyor.
G2, they need to make some sort of an attempt at bringing that back into line before it spirals out of control. BBL showing us a very strong attacking side.
Şu Sage'i bir öldürsen ultiyi kullanmaz.
Aslan's been the one opening up the sites though in style.
Tamam bir tık kıstım.
Yeah, for Aslan, he was a participant in a lot of the opening duels for this team last time that they played as well. That was with a Raze, mind you, so it's a little bit different, obviously, but no, he's making it work here as well. I'm quite impressed by BBL.
Ah be.
What they've been able to do.
Yakalasak güzel olurdu.
Ult being used on the Sova, trying to trace them through the walls.
Güzel, bir tane vurdu galiba. Değil mi? Yok, vuramamış.
Aynen biri şeyi
vurmuş,
sayfına
aynen.
aldı ya.
Success found though.
Ha orada değilmiş.
Mixwell not
Deş
able to
yok,
hit these
Mixwell'in.
shots at the moment. And we've said this about G2 many times. When Mixwell
yine
has one of
smoke'a
these slow
bastı,
games
şimdi
with him, it
Abi
starts to
herif
become very
smoke'a
hard for the
bastı,
rest of the
vurdu
team
ya.
to get going into it.
Neyse orb alıp
Tamam,
kaldırır.
aynen ultisi var bizimkinin.
That dominant G2 lays dormant while he's
Direkt
doing
kaldır
this.
hatta, orba aldı, kaldıracak şimdi.
Revive
Da
comes
smoke
up.
bitebilir. Tamam,
Puts it
güzel
back into an
kaçtı.
even footing situation.
Bir anda A'ya çevirmedik
Fox
mi?
being
O
run
sırada
down a
Kero'lar
little bit.
girmedi mi? Aynen,
You
aynen.
can see that
Şortasız
they're just
ke...
wasting time
There
in
you go.
selling fakes
Çok güzel
on the
oğlum.
BBL side, and so far, G2 have been so
Rotate'i çok
strict
yavaş atıyor
at
G2.
holding on to the C and B site. A 2-2 hold, even with the Cypher there. Cypher, who typically solos A. I mean, yes, the Sage can slow it down. She can play solo site, but on something so open and so hard to grab intel as the
Ay,
A ball,
görmedi.
I don't expect that to really
Helal
go
lan!
as she plays.
Sami,
And as
sen
David
öndesin.
P gets
Sus.
taken out, you see that defense is practically non-existent at this
Ne
point.
oldu ya?
Kiro so busy trying to deal with the recon, he got shot in the back. What the hell was that? Artis has just walked in and taken a 3
Bu bir,
for
Semih.
free. They know where the last
Thanks,
player is.
thanks.
Paranoia through, but it's not
Yayını
even
bir-
needed as Artis just clean.
Yayını bir durdurup
Direkt
tekrar.
şeyden-
Actually, right above him, he's like, normally it'd be like
Oluyor lan.
slightly diagonal, just up in the sky a bit.
Yeah.
Instead, he's like, oh god, shot it, and by
Böyle Space'ten şey oluyor ya. Düzeliyor.
Tamam.
Kaç
hadi.
mesela
Artist comes
şampiyon
around
sen
swinging. He deals the damage. He finds himself the kills. And only one round left before
Efendim?
we swap halves. G2
Süre?
will desperately want to get that one on the boards,
18,
but it's still
17,
a
16.
big buy coming out from both sides. BBL not really under pressure when it comes to that side of things.
Son
They're
el.
able to keep rounds together quite neatly throughout this.
Bu ele almamız
G2
lazım.
only went on a 3-round
Bu ele alıp
streak
7-5
overall.
yaparsak çok güzel olur.
Hissettim
It
yani.
is worth mentioning as well. Like obviously, Aslan. I say it's so surprising to me just because of the map we're talking about in particular and the game they had versus G2 before that he's playing the Omen. He
Ay
did
amına
play the
koyayım
Omen
ya,
quite a lot.
takılma.
Majority, I think, in his other games, his more recent ones.
Okay.
And he's a solid entry fragger with it. It's just I really wanted to see that raise.
Adam oluyor lan orada.
Aynen.
Not so much on Haven. I mean,
Çıkıyor ya oraya.
that's the first time I've ever said that because it's so open. But
Çok güzel be.
pivotal role up against
Tamam,
G2
süper,
before. There's
bizde.
the opening. Artist spans from back yet again. But now Jet
Çok
up
güzel
close.
Cino.
Spans Panatek in the back. A throwing knife and a free kill. They can now get
Kero,
that
burada
spike
Kero
planted.
çok
with no
güzel
ult
be
left
Kero.
to really
En önemli
harass
kill'i
them.
aldı var
And
ya.
Kero gets his revenge, taking out Mixwell and
Tamam,
leaving that
yarraydılar.
3 versus 2. The retake
Bu
for
adamın
G2
ultisi var
with a man
yalnız.
disadvantage.
And the only
Kimin
two
lan?
kills so far come from
Karşı
Artist's
Sage'in.
ult.
Ha.
Bekleyecek ki kere
Him and
orada.
David P on the retake. It's all or nothing for this round. Cypher Camera's going to upload all the information. They know exactly where they are. He has to
Yapma.
poke into it. Nicely done though. CNED misses a vital shot.
Kanka.
Artist pushing round. He's up at 4 kills. He's looking to seal the deal and get all the damage done.
Hadi
But
lan
now
Semih.
it's all on David
Kaldır.
P. The revive comes in straight away. He's got a chance of it. David P saves Artist from going down straight after it goes in. They'll get the
oğlum
round.
be.
And what a way to seal the deal.
Evet,
He
yani.
revives
Of.
Artist. Straight away, Lega goes back on the kill. But David P was able to fire back. 6-6 first half here.
Easy.
It was
Ha,
looking
ilk ele
scary
bakıyor.
for
Kötü verdik
G2
ya
at one point.
Sanel'e.
They're not out of the woods yet. BBL are looking strong.
Yeah, they most certainly are. We didn't even see the same level of depth from the G2 defense that we have in the past. That was a
İlker
much
önemli.
more controlled
Bayağı
and
önemli.
relaxed gameplay, and it works out better, if
Chat,
anything.
moral
against
bozmuyoruz
BBL,
chat.
who, as we saw, have that slow
Aynen.
attacking side.
Kötü yorum
They
var-
like
kötü
to
yorum
self-fake.
yapmıyoruz.
They like to play
Pozitif
a
vibe,
very,
full
very
pozitif vibe.
relaxed game, and that's led them
Negatiflik
to a
yok.
position where time and time again, when G2 were playing them previously, they would get aggressive
Arkadaşlar,
and
kolay
they'd run
gelsin.
right into 2 or 3
Eren'cim
players.
hoş geldin.
Hoş
Just like
geldin
David P did on a long or a short, excuse me.
Ulan
Now,
beni de
in this
izliyorduk,
game, it
geldim
came with a
eve.
more controlled thing.
Hoş geldin kanka.
Herif 18 vurmuş oğlum ilk yarıda ya.
Mixwell
Eli yanıyor
barely even
pezevenk.
getting involved.
Artist,
This
evet, bayağı iyi
game is
oynadı.
all Artist. He has 18 kills on the board in the
yapışıyoruz.
first
Çok
half.
iyi, çok
His
iyi.
next teammate has 8, James. That's ridiculous.
Ay,
Helal lan helal. Oğlum çok iyi be.
Aslan's there as well. They've gone super aggressive on the pistol round. And G2
Ya hak
don't
ettik,
know
bu
what
meta hak
hit 'em.
ettik amına
Mitch, I
koyayım
said
ya.
to you, I want to see BBL
Ya gebertin
throw some
şunu amına
aggression.
koyayım, şov
Well, that's
yapmasın ya.
exactly what they've done on the
Dilenme lan.
defensive side.
One at a
But
time.
they're walking into
Dilenmiyor
David P
diyor.
one by one. He has used his one heal though. He's still got to slow up. 35 seconds. And
Sıkıntı
his
yok
heal
ya.
will come back, but he's already at 100 health. He's walked away with 2 kills. They do need to be careful.
üç
The
kişi
Sage is
bombaya
still up,
yatsa
but their
zaten
Sova is
ikisini
very
falan
low.
Aynen aynen.
He has to be able to get the spike at the same time. it's not impossible for David P to do. But what I would like to see him do right now is reload.
Yes, with 7 bullets and the fact that his opponents have probably grouped up into a 3-man army, it is
Bayağı
definitely
bombayı
time
falan da
to
saldık.
reload. He's going to start making a move in towards C long to pick up that
Garanti
spike,
oynuyorlar ya
conscious there
kanka.
could be a
İkiler
player
iki.
around
Evet.
absolutely any corner. And the key thing about BBL's approach is that they've got 3 players garage, right? So quick response to C or B, depending on where the spike is attempted to be
Bak
planted,
lan kapıdan
and the
görüş
camera
adamı.
on A. And that's huge. And the camera only has to worry about short because of the
Rus
tripwire.
vurdu
He's
ya.
about to
Gir oraya.
run right on into one. There's a free kill. Barely any damage.
Oh,
No
ne
damage
yapıyor?
taken.
Nice
He thought he
lan.
had to heal. Even he was questioning how
Helal
he got
oğlum,
away with
çok
that
kötü
one without
bunlar.
taking a shot. And if he didn't, had the gun out.
Orospu çocuğu ayaküstü 4
Right.
top orta
Panic set
kaslar.
in,
Aman
And
okudum
67
Evet,
we go.
F5
BBL.
Hemen böyle.
Herif sağlam dilenci
David
çıktı.
P.
anasını
But
satayım.
phenomenal aggression from start to finish
Ne
there for
oğlum bu?
BBL. I just got scared, like you said, right, when they went one by one just then into David P. Just imagine if he just took the kill here and then held back instead. He thought about healing, realized I made a great error, went for the 360.
Neden
But it
E
was a
basıyor, neden
360,
Q
then
basıyor
bullets in the
mesela?
back of
Orada
his
ben
head.
onu
Didn't even
anlayamadım.
get the
Oğlum
full
çünkü
turn
hani
going
üçünün
down.
de aynı yerde olmasını
7-6
beklemiyor. Bir kişi
pistol for
tutuyordur dedi
BBL.
Dumbledore'da işte.
G2,
İşte ilk
they
niye
might have
bastı
been
zaten
met
full
with
HP.
aggression now.
Onu anlamadım.
Burası,
First
heyecan
round.
işte oğlum.
Will BBL
Nice
be
oğlum
able
Rus.
to keep it going? Paddington
Var,
goes
bir
straight
kili daha
into
var.
the first one. Artist though continues to do the damage and pick up
Aslan.
these kills. But against these type of weapons with
Bir de işte
limited way to attack back,
Aman
he's
Cino
going
geldi.
to have to be
Cino.
the aggressor in this situation.
3 ve 3.
I mean, they are completely trapped. You can see they're looking for a way out with the camera going towards the hall, trying to open up C, get some
Evet,
info so they can
var.
swing. But they've spread back.
O
They've got a
trebi
little bit
inşallah
of control
düzgün
towards
atmıştır.
top mid. Now there is a tripwire here. No doubt it'll be spotted with how slowly they're playing. Give it a
Üstünden
second.
zıplayabilirler mi?
There we go. And the movement forward immediately afterwards because the
Aa, iyi
notification's
gidiyorlar.
out that that trip has
İyi
been
gidiyorlar.
trapped.
Lego,
And
Lego
moving
yakaladın
on
oğlum.
in.
Yakaladın oğlum.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Yakaladı, yakaladı.
Detected
Huge.
right up behind them. He
Nice!
not there, but it's an easy
Çok güzel,
double.
olsun lan,
And
olsun,
although he
çok
can't
güzel,
manage
çok
to
güzel.
finish them
10
off on the
HP ya
final
sonucu.
player, he
Helal
leaves
olsun.
with literally 12 health. He'll get a notification if they decide to push him, so that's at least a spike plant. But winning this one, I mean, hats off if he does.
Well, he does have the bulldog.
Nice!
He doesn't have the
Whoa!
health straight away.
Whoa!
Wide swing, no problem at all for Özlem. And now we're up at
Küçük
8
kalp krizleri.
rounds for
Kaleler
BBL.
yoruyor ya.
2 in a row wasn't really a problem for him. Did look a bit scary at one point. If that push had come through and they hadn't been found by Lego, there might have been a chance for G2.
60K izleniyoruz ha.
So smart
Karşının
here as
tehlikeli
well. Look,
çarı
he hears
kim
the
peki?
footsteps, doesn't go
Mixer
too
kanka.
fast, instantly
Ya
finds
bu
the
maç için
spike
şey
carrier.
Sova'da.
If anyone else had the spike carrier, they would have had more of a chance. The fact they knew they had to turn around, you're just
Evet,
basically
oynayan
looking at him at that point.
Aynen
Yeah,
şey.
that was quite unfortunate. For BBL, they're over the moon.
Sami.
And with an
Efendim?
8-6
Bir Vaskala
scoreline,
baksana.
like it's a good start. It's what they definitely needed. We talked about the game that they had previously, and things obviously didn't go according to plan in that one, despite a decent start to the first half. This is where things need to take a turn for the better. BBL were decent on defending rounds last time. I think they're 4-4 of the buy rounds went their way. And as we enter that would bring them to 12.
Girdik mi lan, ne oldu? Ha, onlar B'ye
And I think
girdi.
it's
Tamam,
definitely
retake
arguable they're
bekliyoruz.
playing a much better game now. You probably put it down to the lack of the raise that they've got. I know I said I wanted to see it. That's more so just based on repeating the insane performance Aslan had with it, even though this isn't the map where
Güzel.
typically a raise thrives.
Tam info var.
Mixwell still landing the kills though, even though he was spotted out.
Koru, koru.
This is not looking good for BBL. They can't find their way in. CNED will pick up one at least with the operator, but he needs to get a hell of a lot more done. He falls at the hands of Dave.
Nice
He
lan.
and Panatek will
pardon,
come
ben
in to
açtım
seal the
amına
deal
koyayım.
with the final kill.
Ulan dedim aslan mı vuruyor bana koyayım. Abi
Lot more
çok takıldı
convincing
ya.
than any
yayın.
of their previous rounds. They need to keep this going. Keep your foot on the
Echo muyuz?
pedal and keep moving
Echoyuz.
forward. Arlish is just really far up there, way above anyone else. Mixwell, the thing is, right, how many times do we see this look
Yanlış
back
hedef.
at games from G2? And Mixwell has these games where he's just not hitting shots. But then
Yeah.
what always happens, and this is the scary part, even if they lose or win, he just comes back and he's like, oh, okay, different Mixwell's here now.
that and the fact that G2
Bu
have the
iki.
depth that
Bu
they
ilk
can turn
maç.
around to literally any
İki maç
player on this
oynanacak.
roster and say,
İlk map Heaven,
I'm not fragging,
ikinci
you
map
frag. And that's no
Askent.
problem. That works out.
Grup maçları
okay, this well, when
ilk
you're investing
maçımız.
that much onto an operator, you want him to
Yeah,
deliver.
that's the thing.
It's not as costly with the way this economy works.
Bu ne
than
abi,
what you would
bomboş
be used
girdiler
to if you
amına
watch
koyayım.
Counter-Strike. You'll be thinking,
Bizimkiler
okay,
ağda
well,
tabii,
operator,
stack
that's a
yapmışlar.
really expensive weapon, but it's not as strenuous because it's a little more forgiving here in Valorant.
Okey, sıkıntı yok.
Ooh, this could be very dangerous if anyone had a win towards A. That's a triple stack with a shorty, I think a judge, and a sheriff. You'll be shredded if you walk into that. Look at these.
Şu an infoyu aldı.
Took it for free.
Cypher.
And, look, when you've got weapons like that, C is your bomb site. You go into B, there's 50-50 angles. There's lots of close range angles you've got to take and block off for retakes. You go towards A, same thing.
Altı
That's
HP herif,
pretty sick
inanılmaz
from
ya.
David P, just shredding. But when you go to C, that's where you've got range. And up
Yeah.
against pistols, range is what you want. There's one 50-50. Once you get onto the site, you're secure. They even use the Omen TP to get over there, negating the 50-50 angle. Everything about that was
Nazar boncuğu olsun. 8-8.
Çin o da ninja
just
denedi ya.
minimizing risk, really.
Ne yaptı lan? Ulti mi açtı
Oh,
o?
when
Ha,
did
ulti
CNET
round'un
results?
başında açmıştır.
That's depressing.
Eko
Maybe he
roundlarda
thought
ulti
he might have had
açıyor.
a way in because they were going very aggressive down C long, but tried to get close enough to try and maybe get a sneak defuse in. Wasn't going to be possible.
Önemli
Ninja
round.
this time
Evet,
around.
bu bayağı önemli round.
8-8 though, it's all
Kırılma
even.
roundu.
This is where G2 are going to look to really
Bunu
step it up a
yenilemeyiz.
notch.
Bu roundu
See,
kesinlikle almamız
so one thing I
lazım.
don't like about the jet ult is when you pop it, if you miss a sound cue and we're not watching the player, you're not going to notice it. Because see, like here it's already activated, but it
Şimdi
remains
çekiyorlar
yellow.
değil mi? Bir şey almamışlar.
So, like,
Çekiyorlar,
CNET's
aynen.
wasted that. Now, I get it, when you're on
Çekiyor.
pistols, that's the benefit of it. It's a free rifle, basically, right? 5-bullet rifle that reloads automatically. If you manage to get a kill with that, or they push you the right
Bak
side, it
A'yı
can be
hızlı
very good.
yerleştiler. Hızlı
But
oynuyorlar
unfortunately,
ya.
sometimes it's just wasted.
Güzel,
I
güzel
much
drone.
prefer it right when
Lego
you
drone'luyor.
don't have the money or you
Gördük,
maybe have a
güzel.
force buy and then you
Tamam,
get your
ikiyiz A'da ya.
Roundlar.
or it's a clutch play or something like that you want to go for, you know, when you don't have the extra ammo, you want to reload. Oh, they snuck all the way in there.
Momon fear'ına
We'll have a
dikkat
little
etsek
bit of
yeter şu an
information to
ya.
play off.
Wow.
Ult's going to be used.
Cross çok iyi oğlum.
Helal Rose.
Not able to connect too far just yet. Ross found the opening kill though. Artist trying to push back around. David P's up to his old tricks again. And this
Çok
is
iyi
brilliant from
girdiler ya,
G2.
çok
One
iyi
by
girdiler
one,
ya.
BBL are falling. And they could not get it going. They tried to
Ne?
defend, but there was
Ne
too much
yaptın
going
lan?
on around them.
There was, James. It's happening everywhere, and for G2 at the
Harika.
moment,
AP'de Heaven'da düşmesi
locking down
sevdiyemez.
A. I mean, look at this. They're post plant. They're just leaving. They're like, yeah, he's not going to come for this. Just Aslan. Don't worry about it.
This is the time we all have a
Şu
chance.
davulu çaldırın bana çocuklar
He's
hadi.
got 2 smokes still. He could get in there and get the defuse on. The problem is it's not for free.
Yeah.
He's got that Phantom in hand.
Sıkıntı yok,
That could be
sıkıntı yok.
very
Evet,
valuable.
strese girdim.
I don't think they've got a lot of money for the
Comeback'leri
next round
severiz.
because obviously they ecoed and then or they semi-forced.
Comeback'leri
And
severiz
then this
de.
was
Karşı bayağı iyi ya.
their buy round. So realistically, you should just be saving this Phantom. But it's a shame because if he double
Daha
dropped
agresif
smokes, I
oynamamız
think
lazım
he had a
bence
pretty
bunlara
good
karşı.
shot of actually just diving down, starting the
Oyunlarını
defuse and
kurmalarına
maybe
izin
getting
verdiğimiz zaman
Evet bir iki kişi
one of
entry'ye
those
çıkmadı
things.
bence.
If he went for
yapamıyoruz
it, I'd call
ya.
him an idiot. So
evet entry falan denememiz lazım yani.
Finally in the lead though, for the first time
21
throughout this
vurmuş
game.
ya.
G2 managed to get their ninth on the board. They're going to force BBL onto this low by only the saved Phantom and pistols alongside it.
yeah, I mean, ideally they're not going to be buying a whole
Ne
lot.
dedi adam? BBL dedi.
You could potentially see like CNET on a Sheriff. Obviously not a fan of going in for the shorty plays. We've actually got a Marshall on Caro to look for the long-range duels straight down C long. And presumably, so I sort of like this 3-man stack towards the C side because you've got a Cypher. If they spot Cypher,
Be.
they'll probably presume he's alone. Or possibly, maybe that's
Yeah.
the kind of thing they're trying to sell. But in fact, he'd have a Phantom backing him up and a
Oha
player
adam
in
A'ya
garage.
sızdı. A'ya girecekler.
Right on the edge here with a frenzy. Close range, it could get a kill like that, but Mixwell too fast on the trigger.
Get out of my way.
Mixwell pushes through very aggressively,
Helal
then uses
Aslan.
the updrift.
Ne kadar düşürürsek okey ya. Çok iyi kör lan.
Way through. That's going to blind pretty much all of them, but not Patatek because he teleported just in time. I think he still was actually paranoid, but luckily he could see close to him. Oh, that's a whip and a half!
Enti.
But Caro,
Olsun.
luckily, only good for 1. As double
Hadi,
digits
hadi.
are hit for
Koyduk,
G2,
şimdi alıyoruz,
they
hadi.
continue to stroll towards their scoreline. of 13, where they want to be and where BBL have so far struggled to stop them. Matter of fact, James, I even look back at some of the older games from G2, and whenever they've had the Omen instead of the Brimstone, it's been a 100% win rate the whole time, not just the last 5 in a row. So looks like Brim was the problem.
Oğlum ne maçları döndürdük amına koyayım. Dün 10'a 2 maçı döndürdük ya.
You do see it though in the entries that they have.
BBL alsa kırılacak kanka.
I
Evet.
mean, that's why they obviously swapped to him. They tried Omen way back before that update. He was all right. I mean, he had some decent depth to him, but now with the paranoia the way it is, it's huge. If you
Evet,
enter
bir
towards one of these sites,
saçmalasana
you're
oradan.
guaranteed the players are
çıksana
going to be
olsun
blind on a
noktan
certain angle.
Bak gene bak bu Sage sürekli midi kovalıyor. Ne yapıyor lan?
David P.
Trap'e takıldı.
Ulan şu ölse çok iyi olur biliyor musun? Ultisi de var.
Luckily stays alive. No one was able to push him. G2 are trying to work their way across.
oynuyorlar.
Now real fast Artist wants to
Nice
push
shot,
it.
you know, bu bir.
He's on top of it.
Helal Kero, helal lan.
This is a huge
Helal lan.
lockdown coming in for BBL.
Ona da Rus.
Çok güzel bir oldu
Nice.
be.
Helal oğlum!
Çok
bu
güzel
kadar
be.
Ninth round secured, and BBL will not allow G2 to stretch their legs too far. Staying right on their toes, just one round behind.
Bu roundu alırsak
Still
ekolar mı?
absolutely everything to play for
Göremedim
within this.
ekonomilerini.
O paraları iyiydi
Yok
ya.
kanka ya full 9 saydı
Tamam.
adamların hepsi.
Bir 2 round daha almamız lazım galiba.
Ya herifler taba basmıyorlar ya, ekonomi göremiyoruz kanka.
Evet ya.
Ne biçim maçı sunuyorsunuz abicim siz?
Hah
Be a buy from both sides either way.
kanka.
Bir şey diyeyim mi? Bu round'dan
2
sonra
round.
Adam
2
Yok
round.
gene
abi.
alırlar.
David
Gene
P's got
alırlar
his
2
upgrade
round.
needed as well.
Bizim sıkıntı şu
Semih,
an
var lan bir
sıkıntı.
kill.
Got quite a lot to play with. I mean, both teams have the exact same ults online. You get a little bit of info gathering. I think it's most valuable really for G2 if they can find an opening pick to immediately realize where the defense is.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time that's going to give you the idea
Bunlar
to
B'ye
just fast
oynayacak
push a
gibi ha.
site. You know what agent you're facing, so you know
Şuraya
what
baksana.
abilities you're going to be coming up against. Although at this point, I think you probably have a pretty good
Ha,
read
doğru.
of where your
Aha!
opponents are.
Helal lan Cino.
Helal lan
Çok
Cino.
güzel
Where
kill.
CNED is now.
Çok güzel bir olay.
Not quite working out as CNED gets a double.
Vurdum.
Mixwell eliminated. Eventually goes back just to
Timing'e bak.
the
Ne yapıyor,
smokes
ne yapıyor
around,
manyak?
actually, just to get him out, but that was
güzel
unfortunate.
Rus, çok
It
güzel
faded
Rus.
the Omen when just as he went to go.
Nice!
away.
Nice oğlum,
And
güzel
luckily
trade.
Russell
Gittiler,
behind
saçmalıyorlar şu an
Trade.
ya.
Trade.
in a 4v1.
Çok
Very
güzel,
difficult
çok güzel.
situation for Pith, and
Bunu da
what
öldürürsek
should be a
süper
10th
olur
round
aslında.
for
Ekonomi
BBL.
şey yapmayalım ya.
Yeah, even though CNED was unable to
Bizim
Bizim daha
escape,
kötü
that
ama
was
ya.
ultimate
Salsınlar
Evet, o da var.
bence.
Bizim de
lockdown
kötü.
as they tried to push up into his position.
Güzel 10-10. Hadi.
BBL gonna
iyi
go
topladık
in
biz
this
kanka.
fifth.
Silah düşürmedik
Bu
Blockbuster'da.
map çok önemli. Bu map'i
Much of a
alsak
chance
süper
in
olur
this, I'll be
ya.
honest. He's waiting and hoping they'll make a mistake and ideally trying to hold on to his weapon.
Askent.
Or the timing on this. Aslan has just missed
Yakalayacaksın lan
him.
aslan onu galiba. Ah bir baksa
But he's not
yakalayacak.
pushing out, he's not getting too greedy and aggressive.
Kent.
He's going to wait it back for now.
Kumlu değil diğeri işte.
Kumlu değil diğeri mi? O split oğlum.
Just dancing around each other.
Askent en son yeni gelen
There
var.
we go. Spotted eventually. That allows his
Ne yapıyor
teammates to
bu?
come through and look to finish him off. 6
Yat lan
seconds
aşağı, ne
left.
yapıyorsun amına
Forward
koyayım?
Pith went into his death.
Bu map'i biz
Oh,
seçtik
what
Erdal abi.
Ran out of bullets.
Bu map bizim
Unlucky.
map'imiz,
He's
onların
looking
map'i
for that
Askent.
second kill. Trying to find his way in.
Hey, double digits for BBL. This is definitely doable. Those 2 rounds in a row restore a lot of faith. We're going to see the full buy for G2, but it's not about the weapons
Aldık mıydı bu
anymore.
eli?
It's
Yarı
not
ekolar
about the
kanka.
ultimates that they've got, because at that they're at a disadvantage. It's all
Böyle
comes down
aldık mı
to,
ekolar ya.
are they able to win
Direkt
this
yere
round?
ekolar, light çekerler dediğin
and
gibi.
even then, there will be enough money for
Bu eli
BBL to get a
alırsak
buy.
12'yi vermemek
Because
için
Jet can just use her
force buy
ultimate.
gelecek.
That's the
O
benefit
elde
for
aldık mı
CNED.
bitti maç.
He doesn't actually need a
Olabilir.
weapon in the
Hadi,
next
let's go.
round.
Yok ya light çekerler her türlü.
This
force
is
buy
quite
gelmez
a
de.
difficult 12-10 for G2
Light
if they
armor
are to
falan
make it there.
çekerler.
Hiç belli olmuyor
öyle
da bu
bay
oyunda
ya.
adam. Çekiyor light'ı 2 tane atıyor gelip.
And the spot's going to be found for now.
Çok güzel shot dart lan. Aa yemedi.
Lego trying to get the shot darks off, but it's not going to work just yet. Aslan put
Aslan,
himself
vurdun
in a
oğlum
good
ona.
spot at least to find this push coming through, but Panatek, he lands the headshot. Great timing coming in there.
Vuruşa bak.
The ult goes through. Kiro's trying to avoid
Ah
it. He's able
be.
to get
Kero,
away.
Kero,
He's straight away
Alsan.
done. Piff gonna go find their
4v2 lan.
positions. He's gonna understand exactly
Ama
how
revival
close they
var
might be. G2 know they want to get this down.
Kaldırmayacak bence.
They've only lost their Omen so far. Spike's gonna be planted. And we saw the ult orb was straight away picked up
You
there
will
after
not kill my ally.
Artist has used his on
Kaldırdı
himself. So
valla.
he's gonna try and regain that as much as possible. He's picking up plenty of kills throughout the game.
Koruyacağız mı? Aynen.
Koruyacağız ya.
Well, with the time taken away, I don't think there's any chance you're really going to be going in for this, James, are you? So
It makes sense. I'm down with this decision making.
Yeah, it has to be the save. BBL 11-10 down. We mentioned they've got the ability to buy up in the next, and I think had this been even a 2v4, they probably would have went for it just because of how the economy's sitting. If they've got someone actively looking at that, which I'd imagine one of the 3 boys left is doing. And so for BBL, it's a shame that they couldn't find anything on the entry, but that's realistically what happens, right? If you allow a team to walk in, triple dominate those aim duels, get a spike plant, you don't deserve a chance back into that most of the time, like you've already messed it up. And so this is really it at this point, because they're investing so much. I'm curious to see if CNED continues using the operator in this round, or if it's going to be the ultimate, and indeed, obviously, continuing to use it. They're going to invest fully into it. He can still use the ult as well as a backup, but I'd imagine, again, best to save it for the next round when one of your players isn't going to be able to buy, so at least then you can be selfless. Be a good teammate.
Already the spam at the doors non-stop here from G2. Want to see if they can tag anyone up or at least keep
Midden
them at
pushlamadı mı
bay.
ya Cino? Pushlayıp vurmadı mı ya? Bir tane kill almadı mı?
Just hoping that
Hızlıca.
maybe someone from BBL might
Çünkü midi
overextend
çok
here.
boş bırakıyorlar. Hiç pushlamadık midden
He's
mesela.
super cautious. Piff just ensuring no one snuck through that window. Pretty split up right now from the side of G2 though.
Gidecek misin?
Şu an
Bit closer.
Fox.
Arada oyun tıkandığında Cined'i salmak lazım kanka bir yerlerden.
İşte onu diyorum ben de. Mesela midden hiç
Onu
pushlamadık ya
yapmamız
kanka.
lazım.
In BBL.
Salsak Cined'i.
They've not been able to capitalize on just hitting one spot and finding out the secret to success yet.
Böyle hep kritik roundlarda Cino farkını koyuyor işte. Oynatmak lazım Cino'yu.
dediğin oldu lan.
Well, that's why you see
oldu?
so much versatility, right? They're just swapping it up again and again.
Evet. Avrupa Birliği yaptılar bayrağı.
Moving in for just a straight up A hit, and
En
this is the
mantıklısı-
right call. You've only got one agent here. No, sorry, you've got the two.
İkiyiz lan orada.
Buradan Bahadır Güven'e afiyet olsun
Efendim.
efendim.
Missing the shots. Dash in by
Hadi
Jet,
oğlum.
but they don't know about
Helal
Aslan.
olsun,
It was
helal
good to
olsun.
get one, a second on
Güzel,
the
iki
spray,
kill,
but
çok
took a little
güzel.
too long
Üç
to
ve
take
üç.
down
Üç ve üç.
Mixwell. And so the trade was there from David P. The ult pump by CNED, but before he can even throw a knife,
Nice lan
he's
Rus.
taken
Nice
down.
Rus.
The trade
Ultisi var,
back by
Rus'un
Rus.
ultisi var.
This keeps them alive. It keeps them in a position where they can get it done. Surely
Oraya
not going to
Rus'un
expect
ultisi
David P to
var.
already be up on top of the wall.
Alttan git, alttan git.
Or
Kero
be there
yardım
in
et oğlum.
general.
Kaldır
He
oynayın,
falls
kaldırın
back
oynayın.
after being spotted. And this is just delaying, just running that clock down from G2.
Aa,
They've got the
buz
time
var.
to play with.
Yo
The
bu
res is possible. Russ is going to go for it, bait
Oyna,
them out
oyna,
into the
oyna,
open,
oyna,
looking
oyna,
for the
oyna.
fight. They don't
Çok güzel.
bite on us.
Ultisi de
Smart,
açık.
real smart, and straight away Sine goes back
Nice
down.
Kero.
Hadi oğlum.
It's all on Patatek.
Kapat.
He's right on the edge of it.
Yapma, yapma.
Huge! Second kill comes in. He saves the
Kapatamadı,
day for his team.
kapatamadı.
That is a round that should have never been Patatek.
Oğlum.
Absolute boss mode decision. BBL had it in their grasp, used the revive.
Abi bu nasıl şans
Keşke
bu
Keşke
ya? Bu
erken
nasıl şans
bassaydı lan.
This is
Bir saniye
disgusting.
önce
So first of all, Jet's ult again
Düzgün
just
kapatayım
cancelled
diye
out.
herhalde şey yaptı
don't
ya.
like the
Göremedi.
timing
Evet.
for
Emin
Patatek going
olmak
forward.
istemedi.
They try to wall him off just a little too
Nerf yedi
shallow.
artık uzaktan
A
basamıyorum
free
kanka
kill.
biz ya.
Oh my, and it looks like Russ was confused
Ah
as to where he
be.
could be because he was going into
Göreyim
defuse.
mi?
Var paramız var ya.
I think
Wow.
what Russ
Let's
thought
go.
was that obviously if he
Yine
got the
boys.
first kill and because the spike's down, he'll just
Hadi
back
oğlum,
away,
buradan,
not
hadi.
stay there.
Yeah.
But he just sat there. He was willing to wait. Come into my playground, he said.
Yavaş amına koyayım, yavaş.
That's ridiculous. Honestly ridiculous. And G2 now in a spot where at 12-10, losing this map is unlikely. We talked about their win percentage when it comes to attacking rounds. 90% when they start here out of 5 games. That wall again, a little bit too late. Already in there, Mixwell's ready to take a fight. It looks like they might be aware of that due to the spams, but it doesn't matter. Patatek and David P opening up these fights, leaving CNED on 1 health. And with time running down, still 50 on the clock. There's no pressure for G2. There's no issues whatsoever. Mixwell caught off guard, still comes out on top. Looking for a flawless final
Yok
round
mesela.
until Patatek falls, but
Var mı lan?
at least he
Bir
gets,
anda böyle.
gets the info.
Oh, Mixwell. Yeah, just putting the knife into him at the
Of,
end.
of.
Just to say, do you know what? You may have made it close, but you only got
çok iyi
one more
oynadı
round
bence.
compared to the last time.
Bence de
Şanssızlık
bayağı
oldu,
iyiydi ya.
şanssızlık
Gerçekten.
olmasaydı,
G2,
ah
it's starting to
oğlum
look
ya.
scary for him, Mitch. I'll be honest. I was thinking, could this be going against them, especially
Aşırı
after
yakındı
Odyssey's
ya
hard
bence.
work
O
from start to
round
finish.
kırılma anıydı ya.
But again, it's one of those games where Mixwell
Yarım
Hangisi
saniye
o?
önce atsa o buzu kanka.
for the person
timing
who's
olan
been
yeri
the
diyorsun.
star player of
Yarım
the
saniye önce
game.
atsa çözdük aldık roundu
I
ya.
don't see
11-11
it
oldu.
times in these series.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Look, he's down there bottom fragging the server.
Olsun, olsun.
Definitely not the performance from Mixwell that we really expect.
Şimdi 1-0 onlar önde.
And I'm
İkinci maç Askent. Onların map'i. Onu alırsak 1 puan okey ya. 1 puana gayet okeyiz yani. Pebe 60k kemik kitlemiz ellerim titriyor baba maşallah oğlum helal be böyle eyvallah. Yasin Rakun Kemal kazanırsak davul çalman yok mu demiş. Kemal hazırda ya.
Şu oğlum.
Kizentak 2 aydır. Çok teşekkürler. Royalian 13. renkli olsun. Burak hoş geldin bize. Klakinmel 7. renkli olsun abi eyvallah. Maymun Rektör teşekkür ettim. Cined'in fotosunu daha gönderemedik. Minecraft 21 19 aydır, Crowdeer 33 aydır, Leo TV 4 aydır. Kürşat Altı hoş geldin. Kaktüs bu nasıl G2 team'i? Amk bizimkiler alır mid one olsa tam. Midone olsa tam. Abi iyiler. Alvin Göktuğ ile Tolga'ya selamlar, BBL'ye başarılar. Teşekkürler abi. Çıkapus 16. renkli olsun. Ardacan çok teşekkürler. Storm Days hoş geldin. Starmaz 9. renkli olsun. Çok teşekkürler. Çok sağ ol. Cans. Direkt geçiyorlar ikinci map'e.
If it's Ascend, I'd imagine so. I think for BBL, you're probably going to see the return to a raise from Aslan.
Evet 2v1 orada ama bomba çözmek yerine fake verseydi diyorsun ya. Orada aslında emin oldu. O duvara attı, duvarın arkasında kaldı sandı. O yüzden direkt bombaya oturdu. Ama dediğin gibi fake direkt verilebilirdi.
Ve süre yoktu bu arada. Oturmak
süre de yoktu,
zorundaydı.
doğru.
So far, nothing too strange coming through. All the usuals, your jets for the operator players. You've got your omens, or the single omen, and there's the second on Aslan. So he's sticking towards his main, not straying into.
Evet. 1v1'leri çok verdik. 2 tane 1v1 verdik yanlış hatırlamıyorsam. Bir tane 2v1 verdik. Onları vermeseydik almıştık mesela ilk map'i. Ya iyi oynadık bence gene de. İlk elleri çok iyi oynadık mesela. O büyük bir artı yani.
Sovaları çok öne çıktı ya. Bu maçta çok öne çıkamazsa kazanırız. Bayağı ekstra yaptı adam.
Sovaları mı?
Aynen bayağı ekstra yaptı.
Ardis evet. Ardis en son takıma giren galiba yanlış hatırlamıyorsam. İyi de oynuyor bayağı ya. Askent'te de bayağı iyi oynuyor. Askent'te çok oturmuş taktikleri var mesela. O yüzden işimiz zor biraz.
If you look towards the League of Legends, as little as I know about it, I know that they do a pick system where I know you can't pick the same agent.
Evet, sovaları sıkıntı.
Roger,
Bizim de
you can't
fena
have
yakışıyor
Roger.
ama
Don't know if he's illegal.
Logo değil mi?
Aynen öyle.
The thing is, you
Bu taştan yaptırmak lazım.
Güzel tasarım bir forma yaptırmak lazım bizim
when
logoya.
you pick an agent, we pick two, but we
Tasarım
get to
forma
see what you
zaten
pick, and you
şart.
see your
Zaten.
opponent
Bence
along that stage.
taç lazım bir de.
Exactly.
Nasıl
If you're
yani?
doing that,
Tac.
Then I
Yani
think
takmalı.
Aynen öyle.
Ne yapacaksın?
it's not exclusive. You can both have.
Güzel.
Ya abi.
I think there's
Manyak mısın? 50
definitely
liradan
viability. You
satsak
see
ne
the
yaparız?
agent one
Deli
counters
misiniz
him
ya?
well. Let's go for him. When we end up to like 30 agents.
Onun şeyi olabilir Tacların küçük hali şöyle.
But-
Ne oluyor oğlum sen kime öpücük yolluyorsun?
That's the thing.
Bir şey var
If
mı?
it's not,
Özge'ye mi?
you
Şarapsız
can
muhabbet
decide
yok.
how you
Okan abi.
Okan abiye mi öpücük atar amına koyayım?
Because if you're
Ne
known
bileyim
to
o
be the
deniyor
team
beni
that
yapamaz
chooses five
zannediyor.
agents,
Ben de yaparım
then
yani.
it's gonna go, well, let's pick the five that come to that and destroy you. At the moment,
MB Emre Petrikora sablık hediyen için çok teşekkürler. 5'te 24. ayın kutlu olsun abi eyvallah.
Ferit abi böyle şey taç şeklinde uğurluk falan güzel olur.
Evet işte onu diyorum. Ya anahtarlık gibi öyle taç şeklinde.
Tamam işte o da olur. Ama
Tamam
normal
işte.
taş da lazım.
Onu bizde sadece bizim takmamız için okey. Satmaya değil ya amına koyayım gözün para olmuş ya.
Araba almayacağız.
It's well structured. You've got a lot of tactics to it when it comes down to where you're positioning what utility, and like you look at those plays, the wall that comes down. That's a mechanic.
Kemal abi biz tasarlamaya başladık bile formayı demiş Hasan Emre.
Ha gördüm ben.
Baksana.
Bugün attım ben şey gördün mü?
Nereye attın lan?
Bir tane çok tatlı renkleri yapmışlar.
Nereye attın?
Herhalde BBL'ye attım.
I've seen David P on his streams, for example, go for these
Bana
crazy
atmadın.
diffuses
Ben
where he'll
görmedim.
like
Dur
wall
bakıyorum
off
bir.
the spike in just the right way that there's like a
Ha, bak
tiny
burada işte.
gap that they can see him from, and he'll just be sat in this little wedge trying to diffuse it in
Bence
time.
ama
He
ya.
got so
Bence
close with a
renkler direkt
1v4,
böyle olmalı.
1v5.
Oha o geçişi nasıl yapacaksın oğlum? Ya yaparsın 360
Yaparsın
baskıyla
be.
da.
Get it done in a way.
Ferit
Sol
bak
beyaz
tasarım
bence kötü
kanalına
olmuş.
atmış bir tane çocuk.
Bol beyaz değil. Daha böyle
tasarım.
tasarım.
Beğenmedim.
He.
Hasan beğenmedim.
Hasan daha çalışman lazım bunun üzerinde.
Çok
Ferit
basit
Bey-
ama logoyu koymuş yol
Ferit Bey
göndermiş.
hemen bir anlatın buradaki tasarımcılara.
Tasarıma mı koyulmuş?
Aynen, bir tane atmışlar bak.
Bakın. Bu ne abi?
Ferit Ali mi lan bu?
O siktir Kemal.
Ata senin belanı sikeyim. Aa bu işte öyle Hasan'la Ata zaten yapıyorsun. bu
Fena
bunları.
değil ha.
Ama şey gibi olmuş biraz. Iron Man'in o... İyi lan aslında. Harbi mantıklı ha.
Evet.
O gücünü şuradan alıyor ya hani şeyden.
Aynen.
Ark reaktöründen. Bu da ark reaktörü gibi bu parlıyor aynı zamanda. Elektrikli yapacaksın.
Ne?
Aha.
O adamlar maç oynayacak, oyun oynayacak. Nasıl elektrikli yapacaksın?
Oynayamıyorum öyle ama.
Ya kaçak elektrikte çarpılırlarsa, bir şey olursa.
Daha var mı bunun?
Bak onu fosforlu yaparız. Taşı fosforlu sadece. Ortasında bir tane taş var ya. Onunu sikeyim buldum.
Allah Allah
Böyle-
nasıl aklına geldi bu ya? Lan
Ben-
az önce ne anlatıyorum? Ark
Hayır.
reaktörü diyorum orta.
Ama bir dakika fikri geliştiriyorum salak. Bak şimdi. Şurada taşımız var ya bir tane. Sadece şu taş olacak burada kocaman.
Yok şimdi bak logo böyle olacak. Taşa küçük koyacaksın o parlayacak. Ama şöyle bak.
Tamam onu dedim ilk zaten. Hayır fosforlu yapacaksın öyle bir şey yapamazsın. Ledli falan mı
Fosforlu
yapmayı
nasıl
düşünüyorsun?
yapacaksın?
Fosforlu yapacaksın ışıkta parlayacak bu kadar.
Fosforlu yapmayacaksın. Ona küçük sistem ya. Küçük sistem koyacaksın ona. Vallahi diyorum bak.
Oğlum onun şeyi olmaz. Hakemler bile izin vermeyebilir. Formada elektronik bir şey olması.
Ha.
Anladın mı? Sıkıntı yani.
Sen bunu az salladın gibi ama hakem
Evet
hakem.
olayı salladım biraz. Sen de harbi inanıyorsun
Ne
bırakayım.
bileyim ben profesyonel falan. 100 lira gelmiş.
Oh,
lan
this is
öyle
perfectly
diyorlar.
above average.
100 lira mı? Aha.
Aha forma parası işte.
YGG, Drasil, Dot, Zovi Türkiye olarak BBL'ye başarılar dileriz. Yolunuz açık olsun demiş. Zovi çok teşekkür ederiz efendim. Masum bu arada Zovi. EC. EC 2. Aynen. Çok teşekkür ederim Zovi. Çok sağ olun.
Yok mu peki?
Ne yok mu? Bir anda Zovi çekilişi.
Sponsorluğu ha?
MB Emre, kendine Mustafa bir hesaplık hediyen için çok teşekkürler. Çok sağ olun. Moizer, hoş geldin aramıza. Derya 1100 bit atmış Derya.
Aha geliyor.
Çok teşekkürler Derya. Cat özel hareket. Hoş geldin aramıza. Shrein 22 aydır. Rake 2 aydır. Rednix 12 aydır. Çok teşekkür, hoş geldiniz. Bu sene moruz G2'ya koruz. Hadi bakalım.
No, we're good. So into Ascent, this is a really interesting map, James.
Bu adamlar efendi gibi. Bu adamlar öyle bir şey
Now, like,
demiyor.
between these two teams, I
G2
think we're gonna see
Ya
a
ya
lot of
G2,
different
Mixwell falan zaten bayağı övüyor ya bizi.
Harbi mi?
Cinedi falan bayağı övüyor, bizi övüyor. İyi çocuklar. Heaven 122-134 hoş geldin aramıza. You Respect 44. ayın kutlu olsun. Çok teşekkürler. Alacağız maçı alacağız. Kemal'e selam, yayınlar. Eyvallah Uğur. Eyvallah. Arkadaşlar bu arada bir şey daha rica edeceğim. Lütfen toksiklik yapmayalım. Maçtan sonra, maçtan önce, maç sırasında hani gidip takımdan yayıncılara, oyunculara
Böyle iki tarafa da yani.
ayıplı, kötü şeyler söylemeyelim. Bizim takıma da aynı şekilde. Bizim takıma bile toksiklik yapılıyor çünkü. Lütfen herkesten duyarlı olmasını rica ediyorum bu konuda. Çünkü hani kötü tanıtırız Türkiye'yi. Anladınız mı? Adam hatta bununla ilgili bir tweet attı. Gerçekten inanılmaz bir komüniteleri var Türkiye'nin. Çok seyircileri çok heyecanlı, çok destek veriyor takımlarına ama biraz toksikler falan yaptı.
Harbi mi?
Evet.
G2 oyuncusu.
Mixwell yaptı.
Ha.
Tweet atmıştı.
Ya şey demiş işte yani okey çok güzel heyecanlı falan ama bu
Biraz
kadar da
dikkat
yapmayın.
edelim. Aynen.
Ben zaten yani toksik kitleler konusunda şey
Hadi let's go. Helal Ferit helal.
Helal!
Hadi bakalım.
Betül Yavuz hoş geldin aramıza. Erdal abi 5. ayın kutlu olsun. Ya. Hadi.
Hadi bakalım. Başlıyor işte.
Albiro 3. ayın kutlu olsun. Paranoya gözler 3 aydır. Hoş geldiniz.
Abi maşallahı adamlara vermişiz.
Oş!
Scary thing though for BBL
İlk
right
el
now.
gidiyordu var ya.
G2 are starting on
Metin.
the attacking side this time.
İyi
Look how
kurtardık.
control this can get on Ascent anyway. Let alone a G2 that's on fire after that last map.
Peki
Soktuk
ben
mu
ne
ya?
anladım Metin dediğinden biliyor musun?
Ne anladın?
Marshall'lı adamlara vermişiz. Anladım ben.
Abi David P sıkıntı. Helal! Helal lan aslan. Biri daha lurkluyor. Helal Rus.
Güzel.
Helal! Helal lan size, helal lan. O maşallah kurtardı var ya.
Ülkende bir süper oynuyoruz kanka.
Evet bayağı iyi oynuyoruz.
Bu map'i onlar seçti değil mi bir de?
Evet onların map'i.
That's the benefit of not going
Berabere
one by
kalma
one,
yok değil
taking
mi?
damage from all sides.
Bas bas Metin.
Full attack
Berabere
control
kalma diye bir
for
şey
that
yok.
retake.
Yani şöyle bu map'i alırsak
Again, just
1-1
strong
beraberlik
tries,
oluyor.
pistol round
Okey.
in favor
1 puan
of
oluyor iki
BBL, they
takımda
love
grupta.
it.
Oyunda ama
Oyunda
kesin bir
beraberlik
kazan-
diye bir şey
Ha,
yok, aynen.
Bir round sonu yok yani.
Yo yo.
We're seeing here from G2. So they got the spike down, yeah, they got the extra money, but this is how they want to utilize it straight off the bat, not just some upgraded pistols and still buy the next round. They're going
Bir
for
dakika,
the
çok
full
merak ettim.
investment. They're matching fire with fire, but is it going to work out for him? Oh, I love this boost as well. Patatek put himself up high. It's so many times just not checked, and especially on a round like this, it's likely that BBL might try to get a bit more aggressive on their defensive side. CNN having to push back just a little bit here. As a slow comes out towards him.
Remember, when it comes down to best of twos, it is all about even just winning that one map. It doesn't matter if you end up tying. It's just a far better position. Whereas in a best of three, obviously, you go down 1-0. It's a very demotivating factor.
Helal. Helal. Helal.
Aslan neler yapıyor?
Oğlum aslan.
Jarjor bitmesi var ya orada.
Yapma. Vur şunu. Yat aşağı.
Helal be.
Ses açıyorum, çok özür dilerim. Çok özür dilerim. Açtım.
Force'lu bu arada adamlar bir de.
Ne yaptın lan? Ha adama ya.
Ne ya?
Bir şey yok. Ben sen basılı kaldı zannettim de adamlarda kalmış.
Ha. Ben yönetmiyorum lan.
Still an interesting
Ne
buy
diyorsun,
coming up
anlamadım.
from
Bir şey yok
GT.
ya. Bak.
Az
Windows
önce
şu an-
Force'lu.
Yine çekti oğlum herif. Her el çekiyor oğlum herifler ya.
Here we go.
Şey çekti ya, sadece David P çekti.
Sen oyuna direkt şey giremiyor musun ya? Spectate'e.
Yok ya castersız izleyebiliyorum. Ama oyuna direkt spectate'le giremiyorum. Aslında girebilirim de. Konuşacağım yarın.
And we talked about that Omen flash already. The damage that they can do when you throw out paranoia.
Bizimkilerin
I
gözünde.
think it's definitely the best
Ondan dedim.
flash in the game at the moment. Oh, we come back to a completely
Çok güzel olmuş.
G2. They only had a couple of pistols.
Çok güzel, bravo. Tertemiz.
Nice.
Tertemiz,
Nice.
çok iyi gidiyoruz.
Torn apart.
Şimdi bu round çok önemli.
But,
Neden?
Neden? Adamlar
Silah
if you're
çekiyor.
looking towards the Omen
Betül'cüm,
flash, I feel like it's definitely the most
çok
powerful
teşekkür
in the game
ederim.
at the moment.
3 kişiye sablık hediyen için. Çok sağ ol. Jolke 93, hoş geldin aranıza. Ali Nozuz, abi seviyorsunuz. Takım başkanı siz misiniz? Takım size mi ait? Evet. Ben, Kemal, Şükrü ve Okan İlker Demirel'e ait. Nehir Atik 8 aydır kutlu olsun nice aylar abi demiş. Çok teşekkürler, 8. ayın kutlu olsun.
Set your teammates up, and obviously has the disadvantage of being able to flash your teammates, unlike Reyna's, for example.
Haydi bakalım.
Well, it's the only example.
Takım sahibine bakın abi. Tipe bakın.
Ben çocukları bir rakıya götüreyim de.
Start firing back.
Onları bir rakı balığa götürüyor.
Mehmet abi eliyle besler valla.
David P going for his aggression at mid, sneaking his way through. You see how differently these teams play it compared to what we saw first time round from NIP and Giants. They left mid open oh so often.
Aslan yok mu bir şovun daha? Bu bir. Bu iki çok güzel. Olsun. Olsun. Lego sen de onu vur. Helal.
But it doesn't matter.
Çok iyi
As
lan.
Lego rips his head clean off. The door gets closed and once again BBL just holding strong. They got these positions that G2 just aren't checking correctly.
Now this is impressive from BBL, from
Helal
Aslan in
Rus.
Ya
particular.
oğlum var ya.
He's a solid player.
Harbiden şiir gibi oynadık amına koyayım be.
Bu ne be?
Çözmüşüz. İyi çalışmış çocuklar.
When it came into this series, previously obviously versus G2.
Şimdi adamlar
setting up, he
çekmişti.
was playing on the raise, and now it's been,
Şimdi ekolar.
the switch up to his
Yani
main
Buran
çek.
biraz daha iyi. Ufak
provides more
çekecekler.
value for
5
the team
olma
overall.
ihtimalimiz yüksek diyorsun.
I was
Evet,
excited
yüksek.
to see a raise again, to be honest.
Çok temiz
In
oynadı.
the hands of a player that really excites me. But as an entry fragging element, he is solid.
döndürüp
And on
bir
the
de ona da
defensive
vuruldu da.
side, locking down an entry
Bu
fragging
Lego'nun bu
first
kill'i
team as
çok
well,
önemliydi.
apparently. I'm surprised to even see G2 thinking about going towards the A side after the punishment
Güzel.
that's being
Bu round'u
dealt out
aldığımızda
now,
bir
2
dahaki round parayı
rounds
sıfırlamak
out
zorundalar
of
bay
these
için.
4.
5-0-0 oynuyor.
What's Padatek got planned, considering he's got Spectre with him? Everyone
Oo
else is
hızlı.
on
Ekolar o yüzden.
25 armor
Çok
as
güzel.
well. He's gonna try and find
Çok
his
güzel
way.
oğlum.
Does
Çok
get
güzel
there.
oğlum.
Helal aslan.
Helal!
Helal.
Ulan helal olsun lan sana. Aslan başa dol.
Got
Nike bak amına
absolutely
koyayım ya.
shredded.
Helal be.
Make that 3 rounds out of 5. I think at this point...
Bir daha söyle 12 öyle.
El yok, el yok. Aslan başa dol.
Aslan's ego beat.
Stay away from... Look at
Boksör
this.
ismi bu amına koyayım öyle söyleyince.
Harbiden çok iyi nick değil
Okay,
mi?
he's got
Tam böyle
pistol.
de
He's
Bana
got
kurban.
them,
Hani
couple mad armor, but he just
Okan abi de çok seviyor
he
Aslan
just
başa
doesn't move.
dol'unkini.
Just turreted him completely. You don't
11-2
need kills to win
oynuyor
the
ya.
game. You just need Aslan.
Bittiler ya. 2 killer ya.
Ferit bak,
Logo 2 killer.
Bak
2.
parayı sıfırladılar ha şu an bir de. Bu round'u aldığımı bit 7-0.
Kills have been
Evet.
coming through.
Yok loose streak'ten alırlar gene.
Like, yeah, okay, they had pistols, but he manages to just line them up.
Sanmıyorum
bang,
yetmez
bang, bang.
sıfırladılar çünkü parayı.
Do that versus
Öyle mi
rifles,
diyorsun?
you're probably taking a little bit more damage, but that's it.
Yani yetmiyor diye
Didn't
biliyorum.
even get a shot off.
Bak agresif oynamaya
Solid
başladılar ha.
stuff. Imagine G2 go 1-1 early
David
on. I
Pin
know
ne
it's
yapıyor abi? Ultisi var adamın oynadığı oyuna bak. Vurun şunun ağzına ya.
bu adam flank oynuyor. Koşuyor
Battle
yani
Press
ya.
namısı.
Helal.
Helal lan sana.
Helal.
It's gonna potentially bait him out of position.
Nasıl güzel oynuyoruz amına
It's
koyayım.
huge. It's Kiro doing it as well. They've got a great read on what G2 are doing. Every single round we've seen something different come out from BBL, and G2 just don't have the answers.
At BBL emotunu at.
He's
Chat.
gotten the ultimate up
Yapıştır.
yet, but he would have gotten it anyways because he dies. Makes well down. It's all
Olsun.
to Pith, and he misses the first shot. Doesn't
Infoyu
know
aldık, yat aşağı.
That's Aslan again.
Betül Utku Kaan'a sablık eden için çok teşekkürler. Mehmet Efe abi adamların yayına gittim.
Let me
Turkey
just
Cry
assure
falan diyor
you
chat.
that
Ya
these, name tags at the top are
kardeşim
not
niye
bad.
gidiyorsun?
It
Gitme.
is G2
Otur
that are
izle.
down
Boş ver.
on 0 rounds.
Do you know, if I'm Aslan, I'm just using my
Bak,
ult every
tabii,
time it's
tabii.
up, because I'm going to get enough
Ama biz
kills
burada
anyway.
hepimiz
So
tek
I'm
yürek olduk.
pretty much
Buradan
every couple
desteği
of rounds.
veriyoruz. Gel bizle beraber destek ol
You know
işte
they've
lan. Güzel
played
güzel.
this map 12 times. Of those 12, over on G2.
Ver helali oradan.
Aynen öyle ya.
Started on
Otur
the
evinde aç.
attacking side.
Al
8,
kahveni izle ya. Kun Muhi ikinci ayın kutlu olsun abi. Eyvallah.
5% of their attacking rounds.
See, that's what I'm saying. Their attacking rounds are normally so strong for
Ha.
G2. They need to wake up. I don't know what's
Bizim
going
logoyu
on.
Nereye
koyun.
izletiyor? Nereye
Now, when they've
izletiyorsun?
started
Kanka
on the
A'da ne
Saydan
oluyor?
kaçmanlı açmayı da
Four
düşürdüm.
times.
Herkes
Logo
açabiliyor aynen.
100%.
Sab olmalarına gerek yok.
Ama bu
According to this,
olmadı
12
ya.
zeros.
Bu evet.
Ekoyu
bir tık-
vermeseydik
That's
ya.
not true. There's
Kötü
a
olmuş.
Yok mu lan Kero?
So I'm
Kero'nun
not-
taşıması yok mu
stat
harbiden?
is skewed.
Oğlum ne ara
You
verdin
can't
amına
trust the
koyayım?
statue
Yüzümü-
reader.
I was like, that seems
Çevirdim verdik
weird.
ya.
I don't remember 4 12 zeros.
I also remember that really bad game they had at WePlay.
Koruyacak mı?
It was like their defensive side. They had like
Bence
2
korumasına
rounds and they
gerek
still
yok,
somehow
oynayabilir
won
ya.
when they came back.
Bence
Düşürmesi
bizim para
çok daha
Rüzgar'a
iyi.
dayanmıştır.
İşte aynen, düşürmesi çok daha iyi.
Basically. So still
Pretty strong. Pretty strong.
pretty
you know.
damn strong, yeah. Had to quickly do all the adding. I think it was 39, but anyways, it's fine.
They're just going on the hunt now.
Hele o AWP'yi bir düşürse oradan. Kaçtı gitti ya.
I respect
Çöz lan
you,
Kero.
but you wanna be a bit careful.
Sana bir şeyim şu an çözse gelemezler.
There's no one on
Oğlum
the side.
çöz lan. Abi gelemezler çöz.
You won't be able to get it though.
Ay ulti aldı.
Oh.
Çok güzel lan ulti aldı.
No way he gets
David
away.
B de
No
öldü.
fucking
Ay.
survived that
Luckily.
long enough, I think. So
Ah.
lucky someone peeked around to take care of him. You
Sami
had to
sen
pop
gene
an ult
öndesin,
and
sikeceğim
lose it.
belanı ha.
Ya ama spoiler verme kardeşim.
Finally they do get around though. It's 6 to 1.
19,
The
18
BBL have
saniye,
made the
17,
defensive side look
16.
hella
Evet
impressive
evet
right
evet
now.
evet.
See David getting taken out. There it is from another
Oğlum
angle.
galiba çözüyordu ha.
Gone.
Çok az saniye kalmıştı. Onu
So yeah, 6 to
göstermediler
1,
ama.
G2 have finally succeeded in getting around. Now the pace is going to be set a little bit differently. The tripwire is set outside of the A long push. They're going to go straight into B. Oh, the wall down, that's delaying them by quite a bit. breaking it eventually.
Çok
Çok kötü kaldı. Çok kötü kaldı.
They've already spotted.
Gördün mü
I
boost'u?
think they spotted CNET at least. This is taken down by the boost. CNET's gonna get it all done with the ult in hand. Misses the shots.
Oy!
Nice with the classic.
Ya amına
Goes down
koyayım.
right afterwards.
David
And
nereden
Aslan
vuruyor ya?
beats the back of the site.
Güzel,
He's
güzel. Şu an
looking to save the day
iyiyiz.
yet again. He's managed
Sonra
to
oldu.
land a lot of them with that paranoia. But that
Tamam,
prompted them
sıkıntı
to
yok.
push backwards away from the shock
Tamam
arrow.
abi
and let
bırak
go.
aslanı
Tamam,
orada.
A'da trapler var. A'da trapler
Looks
var.
like they're saying
Mide
let go
alsalar
towards
kafi
the
ya
A side.
şu an. A'ya retake
It's already-
atarlar.
See, the thing about the position that BBL are in right now is they've got a lot of Cypher util all over A.
Çok iyi, çok iyi, çok
So
iyi.
they can
Anladık.
very
Tam
easily
bizimkiler
just
de
stick in
anladı.
position
Anladık onu.
and just have that Cypher check the cam the whole time.
Dönüyorlar galiba.
Yeah, they don't have to
Adamlar
be too
ayıktı lan.
worried at this point.
Also, I just get Cypher back B and just leave him sat on the cam the whole time so we can spot it out straight away.
Ardis is trying to get as much extra info
Şu
as
Ardis'in
possible
kill almaması
to
lazım abi.
make their way towards A, but instantly drones taken out. Ardis would need to at least get one kill here. Needs to try and make this viable for his team.
Helal,
Oh,
çok
they're
iyi. Ardis
slowed out
öldü
at least.
direkt.
Aslan's found Ardis.
Tamam tamam
They
sıkıntı yok.
üç ve iki.
Bir
They now know
tekleriz.
that the rest of the players are pushing into A. It's a 2v3. BBL do have the advantage. Spike needs to go down now. Right at the back
Daha
of the
yeni
site.
kuruyorlar. Çok
Patatek's
güzel.
getting
İyi
it
de zaman
done.
aldık.
But how is their after plant positions going to
Kero'nun
look? They've
oku
got
da
so
vardır.
many angles to
Ay,
cover
Kero'nun
from
diyorum,
here.
Lego'nun.
Sova'nın. Geliyor.
One under Ra.
Geldi.
Patatek on the site.
Çok güzel Kero.
Straight away he's taken down.
Oyna
They
oğlum,
must have an
retake'le.
idea that he's
Atlayın
gonna be
aşağı,
like, they need to do
retake'le.
this together and they need to do it smart. One jumps down, but straight away Piff's on top of it. Can he collect
Helal!
it? No, he can't. Kiro's on
Çok
top of it. It's
korktum
another
ona
round
da
for
vuracak
BBL.
diye.
Bir an eğimi öyle gitti.
Evet
Try
evet.
as they might, G2 cannot get these rounds together.
Çok iyi 7-1 çok iyi. Süper oldu aynen.
That was almost
Abi
incredibly
siktir
awkward.
gitti, el
with the
aldılar ya.
drop down one
Daha
at a
iyi
time,
oldu kanka.
offering up those 1v1s.
Bas bakalım bir tabağa.
Luckily though, it ends up
Oğlum şu
going
flick
in
çok
the
iyiydi
favor
be.
still. That was a right click, wasn't it?
Direkt right click koymuş kafasına.
Evet evet.
Get returned on by the
İlk
last.
kez yenilecek gibi
7-1.
adamlara.
Brazil has come out.
İnşallah.
Come out
Erken
to play, and I
konuşmayalım
don't
da.
think the G2 are going to be
18'e 0, 19'a 0 oldular geçen maçla birlikte.
4 in a row needed to get to, I mean, a decent position to fight from. We know the defense is solid as can be, but you don't want to play this loose. Mixwell again having a rough start, but I mean, so are the rest of the team. Artis, who was top fragging in the first half of the previous one with 19 frags or 18 possibly.
Yeah, see, in this, right, I don't need to harp on about them too much because in general, if they're losing, I don't expect them to do well. But
Yeah.
it's the games where they're winning, and it's like, Mixos is not hitting the shots I expect him to hit. Sometimes he just really hit and
Dur
misses
sen de
the
oğlum
operator.
oraya.
And I guess that's why sometimes we're now seeing artists hit it up a little bit more.
Güzel güzel
right?
slowları
It's
koydu
harder
ya.
to lock
İyi.
down.
Giremezler şu an.
But this is real scary if you're
Çok
G2
kötü yedi,
right
çok
now.
kötü yedi.
Real scary.
Helal lan!
Straight
Be.
away. Russ able to get
Güzel.
a 1 for 1
Gayet
out
güzel
of it.
trade.
You will not
G2's going to push in.
Kaldırdı ama.
Mixos being revived.
Var kill'in
They're trying
orada.
to give him an advantage in it. Oh, the Sova ult went in.
Lego al bir kill
That
lan
must have
orada.
hit nicely.
Oh,
The Sage got tagged up. Doesn't go down though. This is still winnable for G2, but they're going to have to hold strong.
Oynayacak mıyız? Oğlum bu eli
He's
alırsak.
already used up his heals, so he's going to wait a bit before he can pop it yet again. CNET spotted out this time.
Oh.
Dangerous with the smokes around. The swings
Helal Kero,
going
helal
towards
Aslan.
G2 one after another. And Aslan, he's on 35 health. He's broken the door. They know exactly where he is. And winning this one is impossible
Yok,
at this
alamaz.
point. He has to just look for exits
Seyle,
and go to
seyle,
save
seyle.
this weapon. Maybe the
Düşürsün
saving
ya.
not the most important thing on his mind at the moment, considering the amount of rounds
Güzel
they've
oldu.
won fairly convincingly.
Olsun. Olsun.
He goes
enti.
down with just one
Olsun
kill.
enti.
7-2, G2 managed to get back up on the board, but there's so much more to do before they can really feel comfortable. I want to see
Bizim
them
paramızın iyi olması
minimum
lazım
4
ya.
rounds. Because, as we said before, a 9-3 scoreline, at the point where BBL then win the pistol round, it's pretty much 11-3. And at that point, they can pretty much just rush every
Paramız
site
iyi bizim de
again and
yani
again. and
bu
eventually
round
they'll
iki
probably
takım
win
için de
those two
çok önemli.
And you got to remember, BBL have won every pistol
Kaybeden
round so
Eko.
far.
Yeah.
keep up.
Yeah, exactly. So
Even if they lost the first map, they were the pistol pros when it came to it. And remember, they got 6 rounds in a row before dropping the first round here to G2. G2 sweating right now.
Şu bir el midin
They
bir
want a
agresif oynasak
clean
ya hiç
sweep to
oynamadık
start
ya.
off this tournament.
Beklemezler bence.
But it might not be possible unless they can really turn things around. We've seen them do crazier
Yine
things.
ölecek. Helal lan Kero.
Oh, Hero through the smokes, getting the job done. It's Mixwell that falls again, and by
Aha,
now he's
ne
gonna be
oluyor
killed
oğlum
off the
orada?
face of this earth. CNET only with 10 health left. Kero just continues
Hayır,
to spam
reloadla
through.
reloadla oğlum.
They're trying to push him now, but there's so much cover for him.
Çok güzel çıktı.
CNED's getting healed up, so
Sanda.
he'll be back up there, but Artist walks his way around. Kiro oversteps the mark just a little bit. It's exactly what G2 needed, but they're not out of the woods just yet.
Sage ultimiz var, sıkıntı yok.
Aynen. Gidiyor zaten şimdi üst kaldırmaya.
Adamlar da çıkıyor.
Çok safe ya, kaldırır artık.
G2 have definitely got
A dönüyorlar.
a difficult task considering the
Kaldır
low
kanka,
HP
bas
on
Rus.
Omen, but the advantage in play for just a second longer.
Cino'nun
But there
yerine bak
goes
Ferit.
Kiro
Cino'nun
being
yerine bak.
revived.
Evet,
Helal
Cino'nun
olsun.
yeri...
Running the clock
Abi
down
Cino
again,
hayır.
Mitch. This is where it
Cino,
gets
hayır.
really scary.
Çok güzel be oğlum.
Piff
Oh
goes
my!
down.
How does
kaçtı
he
bir
get
de.
out of there? That was a crossfire.
Yeah.
Pith
Güzel,
doesn't
güzel,
return a
güzel,
shot.
güzel.
CNED takes shots in the back.
Yılı
But gets out.
gelmiştir
He
belki.
didn't even have a dash.
Yok gelmemiştir.
Painful to
Aha,
watch,
arkayı duydu.
especially if you're G2.
Bizimki o
You
aslan.
just
Yo
can't get
hayır.
Hayır, hayır,
Just
adamlar
working
geldi
out.
oğlum.
Panatek looking to seal the deal and get the job done here for him. They've now found their way and the
Abi
spike is
yalan
going to
vurdu
go
Kero'yu.
down. The defenders of the site have been taken out of the
Smoke'tan
equation.
vurdu ya.
David P's in a really good position. It might be left unchecked if he just doesn't push
Aslan
forward
gelecek.
and waits for them to go in front of him.
O smoke bitiyor.
He's going for it. He wants to be out in the open. He wants to try it, but
Abi
he still
öyle
might not
çıkmayın.
check it.
Of.
Oh, he gets both. They lined up for him. Only one left. It's the Omen and David P. That's what
Line
you
up
want to
oldular
see.
ya.
3 kills, 3 headshots. And that's G2 getting a couple more rounds now. Chaining them together finally.
Şuna bir F5 daha
They
atıyorum.
need...
Yok ben şey yaptım yanlışlıkla.
They keep running
O
with it.
sesini mi duyuyorsun lan?
Onlar da iyi.
That's nasty. Little double lineup from David P. The spray afterwards as well for the triple just before his
Ulan karnıma
teammates.
ağrı girdi yemin ediyorum var ya kasmaktan şöyle.
There's a teddy bear coming to say hello, poking in through the window.
Aslan slowed down a little bit now, but they aren't going back towards A as much. G2 feel like they found the weakness within the B site straight away. They're so far.
Abi vuruşa bak amına koyayım ya.
Unmatched aggression right now, and this is the G2 we know and love. This is what we're used to seeing. Kiro may have been able to sneak in, but that's not going to be enough. No problem for the spike to go down. And the fourth round, the vital fourth round that you mentioned, Mitch, looks to be had here by G2.
Yeah, I think that's plain as day at this point. It should
Güzel.
be their
İyi
round
aldık
to
lan,
lose.
7
All of a
eli
sudden
yıkan.
the
Bir
frenzy's
tane daha
gonna
el
become
alsak
the
böyle
best
son
gun in the
eli.
game. Sheriff retrieved
Kanka
by
çok iyi
Lego,
olur
but
bir
a
el daha
1v3,
alırsak ya.
he's gonna commit the drone to it.
Ama bunlar da
One there, gets the
CT'yi
drone
iyi
on.
oynuyorlar.
Out goes the shock dart, but
Ah be.
push is too strong. He had a player bottom mid as well. 2 push on top. There was no way he got out of that. It's reversed on this
Hadi
map.
oğlum
This is
8-4
top
şuradan.
mid.
Ne de oldu?
Either way.
Hadi son el
Towards
son
the
el.
attacker side of mid, which is called top mid, I found out.
Mixwell bugün çok kötü oynuyor zaten. 2-11 falan oynuyor
So
baksana.
G2 can get this
İlk
last
map'te de
round,
kötü
then it's
oynadı.
definitely doable, right? It's just we expect so much
Supraman
more.
Homo.
The attacking side is normally so great.
Eyvallah.
Mix
Evet
well, though.
David bugün yanıyor ya. David'le Ardis kanka.
See it that often.
No, it's not for Mixwell especially. But scoreline in general, you don't see.
It's like when people are talking about G2, right? It's like Artist, Mixwell,
Ha,
used to
doğru,
be Mixwell
cep
being
oyunu
like the
orada.
star, but I definitely think Artist is the star of this team now. And then you look at your Padatek, right? Then you look at like David P, who's also been just stepping up recently.
You know, this is one of the teams where I feel like, as I was saying before, genuinely you can't.
Çok güzel.
It's a beautiful power.
There we
play.
go, Aslan again.
Aslan gayet iyi gayet
It's the
iyi.
second one, but Lego's
Lego
there.
diğerini de aldı,
Clean
çok güzel.
opportunity. David P finds
David
CNED.
bir Heaven'da biliyorlar.
It's not looking good now, though. They
Çok
tried
güzel
to
be.
hold on.
Son
Russ
adam, son adam.
looking to try and save the day. Is he going to be aware? Now he is. The cage goes down.
Bala bak ya.
Oh, just skids across it. Oh my god. Piff. You
Lan
just
bebeden
about
ne
managed
şanslı
that, my
arkadaş.
friend.
Evet
ya.
abi çıldıracağım
Could've
ya.
just straight cross mid to B. And is there a chance at
Olsun,
this
olsun.
point
2v1
they think
sana
he's
bizde bu.
stuck
Hadi
behind
oğlum.
that wall?
Cypher camera's still on B though, so they'll be able to at least see if they're checking the camera.
Is that Pitt's trip?
B'de
wire is the
kamera var,
question.
trap
I think
var.
he threw it at the start, right? Yeah. So that means he even
Oğlum
has light
trap
control
dümdüz
towards
geçti
that
lan
side of the
trapte.
map.
Ha bu onun
O
trap'i.
kendi trap'i, kendi trap'i.
Okey.
He'll get caught by this one. I
Yat
think,
oğlum
as it goes
trap'e.
down.
Abi
it's
basmadı
over, so
trap'e.
there we go. Plant going down. They still haven't realized. And now it's time to start moving. Cam goes out. Caught by the
Oh.
tripwire.
Bastı amına koyayım.
Does nothing for him really, right? They already knew he was around this area. Lucky that it's tripped at this
Yeah.
stage and not, 20 seconds later.
Ölecek. Pete ölecek. Çok kötü şey yapıyor.
Hear the footsteps. Slow
Abi
comes
iyi
in. He's got
yakaladı.
himself the first kill. Piff looking to clutch this out. He's now got to play it smart. His camera's going to get
Hadi
the
oğlum Kerim,
information
hadi.
for him. Cypher on Cypher. But he's also been spotted. He didn't expect the camera to be there. They're playing with fire. They're playing with each other. Piff misses the first kill
Aha!
shots. Tries to
Helal!
It's not going to work out.
Helal
Kiss
olsun.
comes in clutch.
Helal oğlum.
Oğlum trap mi attı o?
Working a
Aynen.
charm for
Trap
As he manages
attı.
to find it 8-4 now.
O siktir play'e bak kanka, trap attı.
Only barely.
Kafesi açık trap attı amına koyayım. Ayıkamadı diğer adam da.
Lan ben
Eight
bir
is
ayıkamadım
good
buradan.
and they
Harbi
managed to
amına koyayım, biz bile ayıkamadık.
win rate, put
5000
themselves
IQ amına koyayım.
That's a massive lead versus G2.
Çok güzel, çok güzel. 8-4.
And really,
Hadi oğlum ilk
okay,
el
we've
ya.
seen
Şu
things
ilk
change
el
half
aldık
to
be
half.
oğlum.
Artists half two of the previous map definitely slowed down.
Pantolonla aynen.
But there needs to be a big step up. The hero of Mixwell not here in this series. Didn't show up to the server. The artist, yeah, he was there map 2, but now he's fading away. And you can't put all the pressure on the back of David P. He's been good in the previous map. But you can't let him do it all here.
And the thing is, right, we said this, normally if Mixer has one bad game, straight into the second one, he's just playing lights out again.
İlk el
Some
çok
days though, you
önemli.
just can't hit those shots. Some days it ends up like this. It's all about staying headstrong, not getting too tilted. I remember you were watching some of the Mixwell stream during the We Play tournament, weren't you? You were getting some good insight for how it was feeling, what was going on. Sometimes it gets a bit chaotic in the G2 camp when it comes
3
to their
oldular ya
Lurkümüz
orada.
yok ya.
Evet. Kötü giriyoruz gibiyiz ama.
They were the favorites in
Smoke
this.